We have Mr. A.M. Naik with us, former executive chairman of Larsen and Toubro. Welcome, sir. Good afternoon. Of course, it's a somber day for India Inc. Talk to us about your interactions with Mr. Tata. Talk to us about what you feel were maybe one or two key nuggets from his life that you can tell us about.
Well, I think the most important thing these days in any businesses that we do around the world, but more so also in India, that we have to be, if we want to purify our way of doing business, then we have to be value-based, high integrity, that kind of company, which is, I don't know how many, but I think to that extent we are similar to Tata's. Second important thing, Tata's all plants are built by Larsen Toubro. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah, all the Tata steel plant and one car assembly plant we have done with Tata's. I have met him quite a few times, and he is a very nice person to deal with. And second, you know, I have a trust. I do, these days, more charity. So I signed with him to create I will invest the money and they will help us operate in South Gujarat for a cancer hospital. So last that I met him was when we met together in Tata Trust office. But on the whole, I think to get this kind of organization nurtured over 200 years with the same value system, these days are not easy to get at all. And L&T practices to the core, and therefore I appreciate and value what they do in the manner in they do business. Of course, the business has grown over the last 15, 20 years. But more than that, the manner in which you do business is also very important.
Yeah, most certainly. And Mr. Naik, good afternoon, Neeraj here. And we're talking viewers to a company which is the foremost in nation building for a group which has always put the nation before the company's interest maybe as well. Mr. Naik, as my colleague Harsh was asking you, what has been the standout moment? So many people learn from you. What is it that you've learned from your interactions and the best practices that Sri Ratan Tata followed in his life?
Well, one thing is he thought similar to me, as I mentioned, to do the business in a very ethical manner. Second, he has always been humble. To deal with him was not a problem. And I think that is what I value the most. So far, I have been saying from the industry, there are only 2 Padma Vibhushan left. I am very regretful I am the only one left now.
Sure, sir. Which is why I said so many people learn from you as well. So it is important to understand that how you learned from Mr. Ratan Tata as well. The other question that comes to mind, sir, is that it is obviously an irreparable loss of sorts, but just the way the transmission of the business decisions, etc., was done, there's lots to learn from Sri Ratan Tata on that front as well, because the Tata Group continues unabated because it supports such a large group of employees, stakeholders, and shareholders as well. What are your thoughts on the same?
Well, I think it is a very nice way of conducting the business where you look after all the stakeholders, whether it is employees or whether it is a lot of charity and philanthropic work through which you reach out to mass of people to do what you can for them.
Most certainly. Sir, my last question to you, would you tell us a bit about this piece of this charity cause that you're talking about as well in partnership, if I can call it that, with Ratan Tata?
That was one cancer hospital, but I have now 2 trusts, and last 4 years consistently, I have been declared by Hurur as a most generous leader of India.
Lovely.
Now, therefore, I have even much more appreciation of what he did and continues to follow now that his legacy will continue.
Mr. Naik, also give us some insights with regard to corporate governance. The Tatas have been on the forefront with regard to corporate governance. They've set benchmarks, especially where Indian corporate houses, family-owned corporate houses, and how they operate in terms of corporate governance. L&T is also known for that.
I told you,
Just talk us through.
Tatas and L&T think alike. And we have the highest standard of corporate governance, and therefore we have a very, let's say, good relation between us.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Naik. It was a pleasure speaking with you and hearing your thoughts on this day. Of course, our best wishes and feelings to the nation. It's a loss.
At the end, I would like to say he was a wonderful man, and I pray to God to rest his soul in peace.
Right. That's the same feeling from all of us. Thank you so much, Mr. Naik, for that.